Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about something I find very interesting. Lego trains. I think the first thing we're going to be talking about is this lame excuse for a coach that I have. So let's move these things up to the side. And look at this. So, I am very limited on resources. It says that. A very messy Lego bin. And two very messy drawers. Well, Lego drawers. So, I work with what I have. And what I had was these big wheels. Look at them. They're huge. But it does actually have a golden wheel. But there's not really much to talk about on this. I mean, it rolls, it works, that's good. And it has its coupling. My custom coupling. The reason why I make these size mocs, like, look at this compared to my hand, is because I don't have all those fancy Lego trains that have motors. Next, we're going to talk about this. This is my lame excuse for a diesel engine. And it has the 8 wheels. Rolls awesomely. It took me a while to realize that, I only realized a couple of days ago that this is a knockoff wheel pair. But these ones right, these two knockoff wheel pairs right here, I already knew were knockoffs. I got them a couple of years ago from school, from a Lego set that I had got with this frequency we have called tickets. And also, you're probably wondering what this chunky thing on the back is, which I actually use an illegal building technique for. When it's perfectly flat because it's this ball piece right here. It's pretty easy to take off, but it holds pretty well when pulling the car. This ball piece latches on with that piece right there. Heard that snap, right? Now it works perfectly fine, pulling the coach. Hang on a minute. This is how it couples up. That yellow piece right there is where it does couple up. Now you can roll around with the coach. The reason why I haven't made another car like this is because 1, I ran out of wheels, and 2, I ran out of coupling material. Here's how you uncouple this. Because of its horrible design, seeing as I ran out of coupling material and was desperate for coupling material, I made this. So put that back together and you snap it back on. And making this thing, I actually had planned a video for it, but that was cancelled, seeing as it taking 2 hours just to find pieces for it. Now, let's move on to the big thing. Our steam locomotive. Just a couple of hours ago, though, before this video, because I had not planned on making this video. If I take that rope off, I added a cab. And then I used these baby Minecraft people for The people for the cab. Like the people driving the train. I have that stud that comes off, so that way you always put it on the right way. Oh, yeah. Now, the next part is, and you also have these pieces back here to place your mini people on. Actually use something I think is a Lego building technique for this. I wanted to make sure it was like a permanent coupling or whatever, so I just threw together something when I was trying to make a coupling that would make this work. I threw this together. The worst excuse for a coupling, but the best one I have. And then at the back of the tender, we have this locomotive with its tender. Back of the tender. This is how you couple it up. Like, I just made this a few days ago. Before I had my channel, I had made this engine. And then a couple of months later, I realized that it needed a tender because it had nothing for the coal, so I built a tender. And now, as a coach, to pull around, or it could be a boxcar, whatever you want to call it. And it rolls pretty good. Apparently, I only added a tender to this because I found out that some steam locomotives can have 3 small wheels and still have a tender. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Now both of these things right here can pull the coach. That was intentional. I would use track, but I do not have any material to make any track. Actually, this, because of the size of the wheels, I have some old Tomy track from when I was little. These, this middle part doesn't fit on it, but these do. So if I remove that and put these pieces closer together, it can fit around those curves. But yeah, those are my Lego train mocs. I hope you all enjoyed. And have a great time. And goodbye.